America's Pop Culture Trivia Show.
Check it out.
America's Pop Culture Trivia Show. With Joe Parisi.
This is episode 116 of America's Pop Culture Trivia Show. Welcome into the show, guys. My name's Joe Parisi. What I do here is I throw 3 fast-paced rounds of pop culture trivia your way. Each round consists of 7 questions with just 5 seconds between questions for you to think of the answers. At the end of each round, we go right back over everything you were just asked and tell you all of the answers. So super easy to play along with, learn some things, and get reminded about some things you probably totally forgot about. And as always, with these questions you're going to hear, there's a major focus on the 80s and 90s. Why? Because that's the stuff that I am super into. It's the stuff that I grew up on, that I am passionate about. So a lot of the questions are 80s and 90s related. Okay, round number 1 today is going to be the movie round. Round 2, music. Round 3, television. Good luck. Now let's play.
Round 1.
All right, movies. Here we go. Question 1. From 1985, Terry Griffith is an aspiring teenage journalist who feels that her teachers do not take her articles seriously because of her good looks. After failing to get her dream job as a newspaper intern, she comes to the conclusion that it is because she's a girl. So she decides to remedy the situation by enrolling at a rival high school as a boy. This film stars Joyce Heiser and featured Billy Zabka. Name the film. Question 2. The song Kokomo from the Beach Boys appeared on the soundtrack of what 1988 film? Question 3. As I am recording this, one of these 3 films happens to be the best-selling DVD of all time in the United States. Which of these 3 is it? The Little Mermaid, Frozen, or Finding Nemo? Little Mermaid, Frozen, or Finding Nemo? Which is the best-selling DVD of all time in the United States? Question 4. What is the name of the character in the Halloween film franchise played by actor Donald Pleasence? The character is the psychiatrist of Michael Myers. What is that character's name? Question 5. What actor played John Connor, son of Sarah Connor, in 1991's Terminator 2: Judgment Day? Question 6. What is the name of the character in Dazed and Confused that was played by Jason London? And question 7. The best-selling VHS title in American history sold 32 million copies. This film was released on VHS on March 3rd, 1995. It was a Disney animated film that was in theaters in 1994. One of the voices in this film was provided by Home Improvement star Jonathan Taylor Thomas. Name the film. And that's going to do it for the movie round. Let's see how you did with these first 7 questions. Question number 1. From 1985, Terry Griffith is an aspiring teenage journalist who feels that her teachers don't take her articles seriously because of her good looks. After failing to get her dream job as a newspaper intern, she comes to the conclusion that it's because she is a girl. So she decides to remedy the situation by enrolling at a rival high school as a boy. This film stars Joyce Heiser and featured Billy Zabka. Name that film. That is a wonderful film called Just One of the Guys. One of several movies around that time period where Billy Zabka played a bully. Billy, of course, Johnny Lawrence from Cobra Kai and Karate Kid films. In that one, he's a bully named Greg Tolan, who, when he's about to do some mischief, he would put on his fingerless weightlifting gloves. Classic. Question 2. The song Kokomo from the Beach Boys appeared on the soundtrack of what 1988 film? Cocktail. Think in your head about that music video from the movie Kokomo. Remember, they got John Stamos in there playing the drums? Well, they filmed that, I just learned, at the Grand Floridian Resort at Walt Disney World down in Florida. I stayed there once back in like the late 90s, like maybe 97. And me, my dad, and my little sister, who was like 3 at the time, were riding an elevator from our room downstairs, and Meryl Streep got in the elevator with us, and she patted my little sister on the head and said hi to her. Seemed like a very nice lady. Question 3. One of these 3 films happens to be the best-selling DVD of all time in the United States. Which of the 3 is it? The Little Mermaid, Frozen, or Finding Nemo? The answer is Finding Nemo, which has sold 38,800,000 and counting. 14.5 million copies of Frozen have been sold thus far in the U.S., about 13.5 million of The Little Mermaid. Question 4, what is the name of the character in the Halloween film franchise played by actor Donald Pleasence? The character is the psychiatrist of Michael Myers. What is that character's name? Dr. Loomis. Question 5, what actor played John Connor, son of Sarah Connor, in 1991's Terminator 2 Judgment Day? That was Eddie Furlong. Edward Furlong. He actually had no real acting experience before landing that role. He was discovered by some casting people at the Boys and Girls Club in Pasadena. And they saw him, they saw some potential. I guess they liked his look, and he got the part, but before they started filming, they made him go take acting lessons. Question 6. What's the name of the character in Dazed and Confused that was played by Jason London? Randall Pink Floyd, or Pink. I have to tell you, if you are a fan of the movie Dazed and Confused, it's one of my favorites of all time, there's a book you will absolutely love. It's called All Right, All Right, All Right, The Oral History of Dazed and Confused. One of the most entertaining and fascinating books I have ever read. Question 7. The best-selling VHS title in American history sold 32 million copies. This film was released on VHS March 3rd, 1995. It was a Disney animated film that was in theaters in 1994. One of the voices in this film was provided by Home Improvement star Jonathan Taylor Thomas, JTT. Name that film. That is The Lion King. So in addition to the 32 million VHS units they sold, it sold another 12 million copies on DVD, making it the best-selling film title across all physical home media formats. When you're looking at that list, the other all-time top VHS sellers: Aladdin, number 2, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, number 3, Titanic, number 4, Jurassic Park, number 5.
Round 2.
For our second round today, we're getting into the music stuff. Here we go. Question number 1. The lead vocalist of this band is Ed Roland. Their debut single was called Shine. Other successful singles from this band are the songs Where the River Flows, The World I Know, Gel and December. Name the band. Question 2. A music duo made up of Tyler Joseph and Josh Dun. Name the group. Question 3. 24 hours to go. This band gave us the 1978 song, I Wanna Be Sedated. Name the band. Question 4. Released in June of 1991. What group released the dance song, Things That Make You Go, Question 5. Between these three artists, who has the most top 10 singles? The Beatles, Madonna, Drake. Of those three, who has the most top 10 singles? Question 6. But if you see me walking by and the tears are in my eyes, look away, baby, look away. What group gave us the 1988 power ballad, Look Away? And question 7. The 1996 song Hypnotize was the 5th song by a credited artist to hit number 1 posthumously, meaning it hit number 1 after the artist had passed away. What artist gave us Hypnotize? And that'll do it for round 2. Here are your answers. Question number 1. The lead vocalist of this band is Ed Roland. Their debut single was called Shine. Other successful singles from this band are the songs Where the River Flows, The World I Know, Gel, and December. Name the band. That's Collective Soul, a fantastic live group. If you ever get the chance, I was not a huge fan of them. That I knew, I was invited to go to their show with a friend who had some tickets, and they were phenomenal. Question number 2. A music duo made up of Tyler Joseph and Josh Dun. Name the group. Those two make up the group 21 Pilots. Question 3. 24 hours to go. This band gave us the 1978 song, I Wanna Be Sedated. Name the band. That's the Ramones. Question 4, released in June of 1991. What group released the dance song, Things That Make You Go, That was one of the hits from CNC Music Factory. Question 5, between these three artists, who has had the most top 10 singles? The Beatles, Madonna, or Drake? As of me recording this in almost now summer of 2022, the answer is Drake. Drake has had 54 top 10 singles. Madonna, second of all time right now with 38. Beatles, third with 34. Question 6, but if you see me walking by and the tears are in my eyes, look away, baby, look away. What group gave us the 1988 power ballad, Look Away? That is Chicago. The song Look Away is Chicago's best-selling single of all time, and it's the band's only number 1 single following Peter Cetera's 1985 departure from the group. Question number 7. The 1996 song Hypnotize was the 5th song by a credited artist to hit number 1 posthumously after the artist had passed. What artist gave us Hypnotize? That is Notorious B.I.G. So that posthumous I guess I'm saying that wrong. Posthumous number one thing, meaning, an artist hits number one after they've passed. Janis Joplin has done that with the song Me and Bobby McGee. Otis Redding did it with Sitting on the Dock of the Bay. Jim Croce did it. John Lennon did it. Soulja Slim did it. Kind of a weird thing, but it happens.
Round 3.
This is your third and final round, and it's a television round. Question 1. Martin Lawrence was the star of the sitcom Martin, which originally aired from 1992 to 1997. On the show, he played a character named Martin. What was Martin's last name on the show? Question 2. Was it 2002 or 2009? The following shows all debuted during the same year. 2002 or 2009? The shows are RuPaul's Drag Race, Important Things with Demetri Martin, Late Night with Jimmy Fallon, Parks and Recreation, Glee. Did those shows debut in 2002 or 2009? Question 3. An MTV dating reality series that ran for 8 seasons beginning in 2003. One single person would get to inspect or raid the rooms of other single people without actually seeing or meeting them. And they would select who they would like to go on a date with based solely on the contents of the room. What was the name of this show? Question 4. On what show would you find the following characters? Trudy Weigel, James Osvaldo Garcia, Raynisha Williams, Travis Jr., Jim Dangle. What show are these characters from? Question 5. A horror comedy streaming series starring Drew Barrymore and Timothy Olyphant. One of the main characters in this show becomes undead and begins to crave human flesh. Name the show. Question 6. When this sitcom debuted in 1994, it was part of ABC's TGIF lineup. When it wrapped in 1999, it was airing on the WB. The show starred identical twin sisters, Tia and Tamara Mowry. Name the show. And question 7. A drama based on a novel of the same name. In the show, Shailene Woodley plays Jane Chapman. Nicole Kidman plays Celeste Wright. Laura Dern plays Renata Klein. And Meryl Streep plays Mary Louise Wright. What show am I talking about? And there we have it, guys. Round number 3 now behind us. Let's see how you finished out. Here's your answers. Question number 1. Martin Lawrence was the star of the sitcom Martin, which originally aired from 1992 to 1997. On that show, he played a character named Martin. What was Martin's last name on the show? Payne. P-A-Y-N-E. Martin Payne. Question 2. Was it 2002 or 2009? The following shows all debuted during the same year. RuPaul's Drag Race, Important Things with Demetri Martin, Late Night with Jimmy Fallon, Parks and Recreation, and Glee. Did those shows debut in 2002 or 2009? The answer is 2009. Question 3. An MTV dating reality series that ran for 8 seasons beginning in 2003. One single person would get to inspect or raid the rooms of other single people without actually seeing or meeting them. And they would select who they would like to go on a date with solely based on the contents of the room. What was the name of this show? Room Raiders. 8 seasons. How did they get 8 seasons out of Room Raiders? I don't know. Question 4. On what show would you find the following characters? Trudy Weigel, James Osvaldo Garcia, Rainisha Williams, Travis Jr., Jim Dangle. What show are these characters from? Reno 911. If you're familiar with Reno 911, the guy that plays Garcia, James Osvaldo Garcia, he was the voice of the Taco Bell Chihuahua. Remember that ad campaign, the Yo Quiero Taco Bell? He did that voice. Question 5. A horror comedy streaming series starring Drew Barrymore and Timothy Olyphant. One of the main characters in this show becomes undead and begins to crave human flesh. Name that show. That is Santa Clarita Diet. Question 6. When this sitcom debuted in 1994, it was part of ABC's TGIF lineup. When it wrapped in 1999, it was airing on the WB. The show starred identical twin sisters, Tia and Tamara Mowry. I hope I'm saying that right. Tamera. Tamara, right? Name that show. That is Sister Sister. And question 7. A drama based on a novel of the same name. In the show, Shailene Woodley plays Jane Chapman, Nicole Kidman plays Celeste Wright, Laura Dern plays Renata Klein, and Meryl Streep plays Mary Louise Wright. What show am I talking about? Big Little Lies. That's going to wrap up episode 116 of America's Pop Culture Trivia Show. Thanks for listening and playing along. My name is Joe Parisi. My website, joeparisivoiceover.com. I'm on Instagram and TikTok at Joe Parisi VO. And if you've not ever left the show a rating and review, think about doing that. It's an easy way to help out the show and let me know you're out there. You can also send me an email anytime through my website, joeparisivoiceover.com. Thank you guys so much for listening. It's been fun. I'm going to go make up some more questions, and I'll see you in 2 weeks.
America's Pop Culture Trivia Show with Joe Parisi.